Hey folks, welcome back. You're still with us here on the C Morning Show, and it's almost time for our morning discussion. And it's a very important topic that we're going to talk about because we do know that in Indonesia, stunting still remains as an important issue that requires serious attention from both stakeholders and governments as well. Stunting does not only affect children's physical conditions, but it is also associated with suboptimal brain development, which adversely affects cognitive skills, educational performance, and economic productivity once they become adults.
Yes, Paul. And of course, needs a collective effort from everyone, and this is an alarming issue. And our guest today here on the C Morning Show has created an initiative project to prevent stunting, as well as to help underprivileged children. So what kind of programs and activities have they made so far to resolve the issue? To know more on the details, let's say hi to the well-connected co-founder, Lil'Li Latisha. Good morning, Lil'Li.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Good to have you back on the show.
Good to be back.
Yes, Lil'Li, speaking of stunting, of course we've heard stunting, especially towards this past month and this past a couple of years back, that stunting is a very serious issue that we still find here in Indonesia. But as a youth, what makes you interested in covering stunting and also helping those in need?
So just 2 years ago, I saw that the number of children under 5 at risk of stunting in Indonesia is about 4.7 million. And I think that number is pretty alarming to me because as somebody who has 3 initiatives that focuses on making the impacts of poverty less harmful, I think stunting directly affects the children that I'm trying to help. Stunting, as you mentioned before, does not only affect growth physically, but also poor cognition and also poor educational performance and also high vulnerability to chronic illnesses. And I genuinely believe that us youth have the power to actually make more information about why stunting is happening, especially to those who don't know why their children are experiencing stunting, to make this information more equally distributed and also stakeholders to see that this is an important issue that they can contribute to. So that is what makes me focus more on stunting as well this year, besides from the other issues that I'm tackling.
It's all interconnected, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Zoom out and
is.
look at the big picture. Now, obviously, apart from the fact that stunting especially affects children and the young, why do you feel that the role of the youth is so important in tackling this very important issue?
I think basically my whole team is our youths actually, so like Gen Z, and the oldest are probably millennials. And I noticed that in Indonesia as well as even in Brazil, we are very, very good in actually connecting people together, be it through social media or offline activities. And I grew up doing outreaching, community outreaching, also brand outreaching, and I believe the youth are very, very good at that. And especially today, it's really important because the inequality gap is just, it not only affects the living conditions and also environment these children are growing up in, but also the information that they receive in general. So I see us youth helping to connect stakeholders with also the communities in need, but also I see the youth raising awareness. And this term has been used a lot, raising awareness. Raising awareness is so easy, but actually it's not easy because information is so unequally distributed, as I said. Those who are experiencing stunting, the families that see their children are experiencing stunting don't know what is happening and don't know what to do. So I see us youth using our social media and also technology that we are so fortunate to grow up with to use it wisely.
And then you have mentioned that Well Connected is the initiative that you have created with your group of friends, which is focused on stunting. And then you're also now starting an application as well. But can you please tell us more on what did you find while going to the people or those who are underprivileged, and how did you raise the awareness? Did you come to them, give them the information? Because when we speak of stunting, we have to look at the bigger picture, because it does not start when a children is growing up. It starts when a woman is pregnant with her baby inside of her. How did you communicate the importance of preventing stunting and also giving good nutrition?
So the app comes in our life where we have experience already with working with orphanages and also schools under the bridge, and also shelters. So it comes in our life where we already have experience, even though we are young. For example, my co-founder, Sara, she has a background in medicine and her family as well. And so she has already been working with Puskesmas and also Posyandu for, I think, more than a year, maybe around 2 years now. And so with our experience, we know that education and information is really, really important. Even if you give the resources, like what we are doing, giving free nutrition, they wouldn't be able to see the use of nutrition if they don't know why they need the nutrition.
Right.
So again, the way we basically do this program is we go to a few communities that we are working with, and we give them free education, but also we consistently go there. We don't just go there once a year.
Yes.
We go there like every week, max like once every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, so we are actually currently working with Jovan Smart School. It is actually a school under the highway, and the children live in between garbage piles in Jakarta. And we, one of my co-founders always get news that these children often get illnesses and unfortunately pass away due to malnutrition as well. And so from there we noticed that this is such an important issue for us to tackle. So that's how we do it. And for the app, back to your question on the app is more general. So see, we have these more specific targeted campaigns that we work together with local brands and also international brands. But the app in general will be able to focus more on the livelihoods. So we noticed that the families that we work with struggle to put food on the table. And we hope that this app can uplift their livelihoods, because the app will compile all information about where to get free food in Indonesia, where to go when you need free medical checkups. So it's more holistic in that way, so they don't have to wait for us to go to each community.
They can do it themselves step by step.
Yes.
So take us a little deeper into it. So how does it exactly work? And not everyone will have access to this, only those in need.
Yes.
So how would you qualify to use this app?
So the app, in general, they will have 2 features. The first feature is, again, for the opportunities. They're going to be like curated, compiled information to opportunities that these communities actually don't know exist, but are provided by CSRs, brands, NGOs, and so much more. And so it will only be accessible with a code that we are going to give to those we are serving.
Okay.
And that's because in Indonesia, we notice and we hear from stakeholders that a lot of the times the opportunities that exist do not reach the correct target audience. And it will have a big gap in the data, and we notice as people who is gonna develop an app that transparency is really, really important for both the communities and both the stakeholders in order to sustain. And that is going to be one feature that is not accessible to the public, but what's going to be accessible to the public is for the contribution feature, and that is where everybody can contribute by not only donating. We don't fundraise, but instead they can contribute by buying a product from our application. And this product will be from the brand that we will work with and create a campaign with, and it will be sold at a much cheaper price than in the market. But what's interesting is that with every purchase, we're going to give one product, the same product, for free to a family
you're gonna match
in
it?
need. Yes,
Wow.
exactly.
Okay,
So
that's
that's basically more about the app.
Okay, so we can do our part. It's like a win-win for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You can get involved in your own way as well. Wow, that is amazing.
And it is said that you won a grant of $1,000 from Avenue Seed Bank to develop the application. Can you please tell us more on how you applied and also the process of it all, and what will the steps be, the next step?
So we won, me and my co-founder, Sara, with the help of our other co-founder, Clarence Wan, we won the Avenue Seed Bank. We're the first Indonesians to win it, as well as the Avenue's online students to win it. And we managed to present our idea in Sao Paulo, Brazil, this June. And so we got a grant of like $1,000 to kickstart our app. But actually, since the app comes a bit later, we are actually doing the offline programs first, like the Preventing Stunting campaign with a local brand. We use these funds to be able to go to several posyandu around Jakarta to support 250 children for the next 3 months with ionized calcium. So that we are able to track their growth and they are able to get the nutrition that they need.
Nice.
So that's a little bit more about what we're doing with the grant.
Right. Well, you understand obviously a lot more about stunting than we do, especially from a medical perspective. We do know that this is a medical issue. In regards to how you can maximize the potential for your movement and your organization, what are the basically from the medical side of things, the support that you have? Because obviously you have a lot of statistics that you're going to work off of, but from the medical side, we know there are certain things that are needed more than others. So how are you compiling all of the information that you need to make it a more optimum kind of approach for you and Well Connected to be able to provide for those that need it the most?
Yes, so we are still students, but I'm so lucky because my co-founder, again, has a background in medicine, and her whole family also has a background in medicine. They work in hospitals. Her aunt is a doctor, and she also works together directly with Puskesmas. And Puskesmas, for those who don't know, are free health centers that are supported by health professionals. So we make sure that everything is approved by them, and also every single nutritional product has been certified BPOM, and also has case studies by the brand itself that it has helped to prevent stunting in the past. So everything that we do, we make sure that health professionals are able to check it and to certify it, because we know how sometimes some products claim a few things, but actually they don't do anything. And also it also varies in different countries as well. So some countries say this helps, for example, with bone growth, but in Indonesia the product is not. So we make sure everything is screened properly, and we have the support as well to reach the people as well. And we know that 250 children at this moment is not a lot compared to the amount of children we have in Indonesia. So we really hope to see these numbers rise by working together with bigger stakeholders like the government, and also more brands as well. We are constantly inviting new people to join our Well Connected so that we are able to expand.
Amen.
And speaking of the government, has there any initial, help from the government or talks with the government? Because this is an issue that is very much being paid attention to.
And we know the government has been campaigning. I mean, throughout the past election, stunting was an issue that was talked about a lot.
At this moment, we only have support directly from the Puskesmas and the Posyandu, but we aim to be able to work officially with the government sooner, maybe in this next 1 to 2 months.
Yeah, I think it would be a great way for the government. I mean, we heard a lot of discussions about how stunting should be tackled, and it would be great to see the government actually support initiatives that are handling this problem.
Especially as one of the pillars are educating and giving the information on stunting to the mass.
So when is the app going to be ready?
Going to be end of August.
Oh, so very soon.
Yes, very soon.
So we're looking forward to application, because everyone can use it. As you mentioned before, it'll be a win-win solution for everyone.
Yes.
Thank you very much once again for being on the C Morning Show.
Thank you so much.
All right, now it's time for us to take another break. And in the meantime, don't forget to follow our social media if you haven't already. We're on Instagram, X, and YouTube at C Today News. And don't go anywhere, because we'll be back after the break.